Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Exciting week this week, really exciting week this week. Lots to talk about really. Just wanted to explain again this bigger picture. Just to explain again that, and that's basically unchanged from my communication I've given out months ago. The big test here was the 10th of March low. Did say that if we are forming 5 waves of the November low and we are holding a wave 2 support in our green trend reversal area, we can assume that the bear market low has been made in November. This is and has been the assumption now for several months. Of course, it's not a guarantee. Yeah, there's always a potential that this is still bearish. But my point I've always made also in the last few months, last 3 to 6 months was, as long as we're holding bullish support, we have signs of an uptrend and we're holding above support, there's no reason to be bearish. We can always turn bearish when support levels break. This is pretty bullish price action. I know there are some perma bears channels out there. Be careful following them. Be aware that price has doubled, since November, and people still talk about a bear market. Just because they cannot understand that crypto can rally, regardless of the other markets. This can always happen. And when nobody believes it, things happen. Okay, so just be aware of that. I still see very little excitement in crypto. And that is the perfect situation for this. I mean, altcoins aren't really participating yet. The price action is mainly here in Bitcoin and ETH. Which is also what I highlighted last week, where I said the winner of the next trade is going to be Bitcoin, basically outperforming mainly the entire market at the moment. There are always altcoins, but look at the bigger picture, how many altcoins performed in this bear market, how Bitcoin is performing really good, actually, really solid. And we have 5 waves up of the November low, a clear impulse. It's a bit choppy, okay, so it could also be some kind of a diagonal which is unfolding, which might be choppy. But a 5-wave move up, a 3-wave move down, another 5 up, another 3 down, hit both trend reversal areas. I sincerely hope everybody is positioned with a core position they are comfortable with for a potential rally in a 3rd wave. Again, I could have the structure wrong, and of course, it could break down again. But as long as the relevant support levels I give you are holding, I focus on higher. Be aware that the proportions of these movements look pretty good. They do look pretty good, and especially here the latest possible wave 1 to the upside, the wave 1 of the 3rd wave in yellow, looks pretty good looking at the proportions. And if it all works out and we're holding the first deeper pullback in yellow 3rd wave, in yellow wave 3, it can send us to 40 to 50k. This move will seriously surprise a lot of people if it happens. You wouldn't be surprised on this channel. It can always break down, but I will give you always the levels that, if broken, we have to move to a more bearish setup. But we're going with the waves, right? And we try to react here to the market. And pretty much, it's been following this bullish setup and the bullish viewpoint nicely. Yeah, the move down has been corrective, clearly. A lot of overlapping price action. The movements to the upside have been impulsive, so no change in forecast, and it's pretty much running according to script. Okay, you need to be aware not to try to be too micro in this situation, not to look at every micro nano wave because they can change quickly. What is more important is zoom out. Don't forget about the forest when you look at the individual trees. Take the bigger picture into account. Nothing happened. We could have talked about this scenario. And it just worked, it just worked out perfectly. Just looking at this, keeping this level zoomed out, right? And it's quite cool. So yeah, looking for a 3rd wave now. Again, minimum target sort of 40k, ideally a bit higher. What I'm looking for is a 3rd wave first, taking us to maybe 40k, maybe a little higher. Then a 4th wave down, a bit of a consolidation chop. It should be a shallow pullback. And then a wave 5 for the larger 3rd wave, maybe into the region of 50k. Then we should get a 4th wave, pull back. And it all depends on how high we really go. If this takes us, depending above 50k, then this 5th wave, which would then follow, could really take us to a new all-time high. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And eventually, this is not the entire structure. eventually I would expect in the next bull run, I'd be looking at, sort of 125 to 150K, which would have been the ideal target already for the last bull run, looking at Plan B's model and everything. Problem is with Plan B and the stock to flow model, people don't really look at it anymore, because what you always need, and that's always what I give you, is the level. If it doesn't work out, what is the level where we have to say it doesn't work anymore? Basically for risk management. But it was only an overshooting B wave. We saw that pretty quickly here, pretty close to the top when we were turning around, that a bear market would start. But maybe we get it this time. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about this market at the moment, because it's following, right, and a lot of people still bearish, which is cool. Because if you watch a lot of other people's analysis, and they're always wrong, then they are always bearish, then it gives you a good view. Okay. Now again, I could also get the structure wrong, but I always give you the levels that when broken, then we know it's the alternative scenario. Okay, be aware of that. Now, looking at the micro price action here, I still think we could be in this fourth wave here, still in an expanded flat situation. As I said yesterday and today, we might still be here obviously in this first wave anyway, first wave of a third wave, which should consist of 5 waves. I cannot rule out that we're still in the fourth wave as an expanded flat A wave down, overshooting B wave, hit basically the limit, and we're now coming down in a C wave. Very simple. We can keep it very simple. It's currently following here the yellow wave count, within wave C. Very simple. As long as we're holding 28,550 basically, which is the wave 4 support, I would assume we still get a fifth wave up in wave 1. If we break below that level, I assume we've had the fifth wave already. That's the uncertainty we deal with. It would then look like that. And that we're already in the larger wave 2, that we completed wave 1 and we are in wave 2. These are the two possibilities. So, I can add here to the chart and say, okay, this is alternate wave 4 already in, okay, here, and wave 5 finished here. So that's pretty straightforward, because I explained to you yesterday, this is the range we deal with. This is the bullish range between wave 2 support, which is still down there at 26,190. Doesn't mean we have to go down that low, but it means if we break below it, it would seriously question this bullish setup, and it could mean that we really only topped in a high B wave and we're coming down. That would be very annoying though, but could happen. But for now, I'm bullish against 28,550. Okay, if that breaks, then I would assume that we are in a wave 2 pullback and could then in the next rally look at a third wave. This is a perfect situation where I think everybody needs to hold a core position, and I seriously hope everybody has one. Yeah, everybody is positioned in some way, because if you try to trade every single wave in a third wave, you are most likely taking profits too early, you're left out, and so on. If you have a core position that you don't easily touch, you can always trade around it with smaller position. If you have a core position, then you are not left out of the train, right? You're on the train, maybe with more, maybe with less baggage, okay? But you're on the train. How big that position is, everybody has to decide for themselves. I can really only give you the parameters that you can use to do that and to trade and to understand where your risk is. But yeah, let's see. This is exciting at the moment. And I guess over the weekend, we're not going to see much price action. By the time that most people will wake up, we're probably already at 40K. It's going to be exciting. And I'm very excited to see when the perma bears are turning around. The problem is people who are always bearish, they were far too long to bullish at the end of the at the beginning of the bear market, and they are far too long to bearish at the beginning of a bull market. They are not flexible enough to react to the market, whereas I would always let Elliott Wave give me the levels. Let the market give you the levels, right? If the market tells me, oh dear, you're not bullish, we're bearish, then hey, we change our view. That's no problem. We have to be flexible, okay? The problem is if you're biased, okay, then you're just not flexible and you're just not listening to the market. Bear in mind, the market is the boss. The market is the boss. We just need, and that's why we do the analysis, we need to understand the language of the market, and the analysis gives us an understanding of what the market is trying to tell us, okay? we try to use those fib levels to understand the sentiment in the markets, based on mathematics, universal language. Okay, so yeah, I mean, when it tells us, okay, when we break below 26,190 and we're not recovering quickly, then yeah, okay, this is not a 1-2 setup. Okay, and then we have to look for our C wave. Be aware, in an alternative wave count, which would be the short-term bearish count, still overall bullish, but short-term bearish. This is a B wave top, and we're coming down in wave C, deeper. Yeah, but then here we have a clear level of the bullish range, 26,190. So I'll keep you updated anyway. If you want to be kept up to date, basically multiple times a day, check out our gold membership. We have short-term market updates and signals. Besides that, yeah, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.